Right now, dozens of protests and celebration taking place across the country today, one day after the U.S. Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. We're going to take you to a rally in downtown Madison tonight. Plus, what Governor Tony Evers had to say about this decision as state Democrats gather for their annual convention in La Crosse. And President Biden signs a gun safety bill into law. We're going to take a closer look at what's inside that legislation. News 3 Now at 6 begins right now. For the second day in a row since the U.S. Court ruled to overturn Roe v. Wade, people gathered at the state capitol in protest. Our Tahalil Mahaldeen was there.
What makes this rally unique is that it wasn't put in action by any particular group or organization. There was no leadership, no program, just people gathered in shared outrage and a common goal. In disbelief, both sad and outraged, dozens of people gathered downtown fighting for a woman's right to choose. Standing on the steps of the state capitol building, people took turns sharing their personal stories with abortion, hoping their presence will motivate those with offices inside to make change.
I don't know what else to do. I'm poor. I'm disabled. I can't give money, but I can yell. I'm good at yelling. And I can just pray.
Many in attendance also hope to inspire one another to take their anger and desire for choice to the ballots. In their view, right now, lawmakers aren't listening to the people, but they aren't giving up without a fight. They say they're hoping to make it clear to politicians that their actions will have consequences at the polls. Reporting at the state capitol, Tahlil Mahaldeen, News 3 Now.
Since the leaked Supreme Court decision in early May, there have been at least 5 pro-choice rallies and protests in the city of Madison. Many are now wondering if this decision could pave ways for more opinions to be overturned in the future. The Biden administration saying today they are going to be on a watchful eye with any state that violates federal law blocking women from crossing state lines to get an abortion.
Get pregnant in a situation that is unsustainable, and I can't keep the baby, but I also have no recourse to get an abortion. That's my biggest fear.
It's going to be like history. This is just the beginning of, the pro-life generation.
The Supreme Court's decision also brings into question how this could impact other rulings like access to contraceptives, gay marriage, and in vitro fertilization after Justice Clarence Thomas wrote separately that other rulings should be revisited. On Friday, a coalition of 83 prosecutors vowed not to take any action against people seeking or performing abortions. The coalition represents 87 million people from 28 states and territories. That includes states planning to protect reproductive rights, but also some that are planning to tighter restrictions. President Biden has outlined steps his administration will be taking to protect abortion access as well. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway says that Madison police will not be arresting anyone who is providing abortions. Madison has one of the state's 3 abortion clinics, and the mayor says that police have bigger priorities.
The police department doesn't have the capacity or the expertise to enforce that law, and we in the mayor's office but also at the common council level support the chief in not enforcing that law here in Madison.
In addition to the mayor, the state attorney general Josh Kaul and Dane County's district attorney say they will not prosecute any abortion providers in this county. The Dane County sheriff also says he will not use resources to enforce the abortion ban. Democrats are holding their state party convention in La Crosse this weekend. Here's a live look from the convention right now as it's underway. The day after Roe v. Wade was overturned, they held a rally and shared plans to block the high court's ruling. Political reporter Will Keneally is in La Crosse tonight and has more.
There is frustration in the room of Democrats in the wake of the Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. With almost all abortions illegal now in Wisconsin, Democrats want to turn that frustration into political energy.
Roe versus Wade is on the ballot. And every voter, we have to exhort them to look to this issue. You stand with Wisconsin women and America's women or not.
This was also one of the first times we've heard from Governor Tony Evers in the wake of the decision.
I have 7 grandkids that are girls or young women. Yesterday, they were made second-class citizens.
Evers also committed to doing what he can to prevent the impact of the decision on Wisconsin women.
I will provide clemency to any physician that is charged under that law.
This would free doctors convicted under the state's 1849 abortion law. As of now, the state's 3 abortion clinics have stopped providing services. Lawsuits will likely follow to determine exactly what Wisconsin's law means under the new ruling. Reporting from La Crosse, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Tonight will also feature speeches from the state's congressional delegation and the governor himself. You can follow our reporting online and on News 3 Now at 10. Meanwhile, the GOP says Democratic policies are failing Wisconsinites. Earlier today, the RNC and the Republican Party of Wisconsin held a virtual press conference. During that time, Chairman Paul Farrow talked about how record high inflation is impacting people in this state. He said, quote, Democrats are on thin ice. According to an estimate from the Congress Joint Committee Economic Committee, inflation is now costing the average American family an extra $635 per month. Wisconsinites cannot afford Democrats' costly agenda any longer. We can't sustain this. Again, this was all a quote from him. The Supreme Court's decision striking down Roe v. Wade is having an immediate and widespread effect across the nation. 13 states had trigger laws abortion bans set to take effect the instant that Roe v. Wade was overturned. Now states like Minnesota, where abortion is still legal, is bordered where states are now banning it. Planned Parenthood expects a jump in out-of-state patients seeking abortions in Minnesota. In preparation for that increase, clinics are recruiting healthcare professionals from other states.
We would take any support staff, any RNs, any physicians willing to come to one of our states to help provide care.
Minnesota's Attorney General says out-of-state patients seeking abortions will get the state's full protection. We know this is a ton of information all at once, so if you have any questions or are looking for more content, make sure to head to our website, channel3000.com. There you will find a special section as well. A gloomy Saturday in southern Wisconsin. When will the sun return? Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has that answer for you.
Well, Brad, we've been underneath the clouds and the humidity levels have been high. We've had rain off and on through the day, but as we take a look at visible cloud track, there is some clearing to our north and west. So we'll see skies become partly cloudy tonight and then eventually clear out for tomorrow. On Doppler track, there's still a couple of showers and thunderstorms in a narrow line to our north and west from just east of Eau Claire back down to around Waterloo, Iowa, and then some thunderstorms moving through northern Illinois where there's the potential for severe weather. But right now, it's a chase to see whether or not those thunderstorms can get here before temperatures start to cool off and the storms fall apart later on this evening. Low temperatures this morning started out mild thanks to the higher humidity, upper 60s in Madison. High temperatures, though, held down because of the clouds and the humidity. High in Madison so far 75, and we're at 70 degrees right now, although a few places are closer to the mid-70s over southwestern Wisconsin. Those dew point temperatures that have been in the 50s the last couple of days are now in the upper 60s, but look for the rain chances to end this evening, then skies will clear out overnight. Tomorrow should be a sunny, breezy, cool and less humid day with a high temperature of 72. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes a warm-up as we head into the latter part of next week.
All right, we'll take that. Thanks, Gary. New tonight at 6, President Biden has signed into law the first major federal gun safety legislation in decades. Biden signed the bipartisan measure Saturday at the White House. The bill received final passage in the House Friday with 14 Republicans voting yes. It followed the Senate's green light in a late Thursday night vote. The package includes millions of dollars for school safety and mental health and crisis intervention programs. There were also changes to the process to buy firearms for people that are age 18 to 21.
Their message to us was do something. I don't know how many times I heard that. Just do something. For God's sake, just do something. Well, today we did. While this bill doesn't do everything I want, it does include actions I've long called for that are going to save lives.
Lawmakers' action to address gun violence comes in the wake of the deadly mass shootings in both Buffalo, New York and Uvalde, Texas. Madison police say they are investigating a crash that might be related to reports of gunshots. Officers say that they were sent to South Park Street near Chandler Street just before 3 a.m. to shots fired. Just a short while later, a crash was reported on Fish Hatchery Road. Right now, we know that nobody was hurt, but again, police do believe that these incidents might be related. However, both are still under investigation. Waunakee police are searching for a driver they say hit and injured a person when they were riding their bike last week. The driver of the maroon BMW sedan was traveling north on State Highway 113 when it struck this person. The victim suffered minor injuries and the person who hit them took off from the scene. Anyone with information should call Waunakee police. A Wisconsin teenager accused of killing 10-year-old Lily Peters will find out in September whether he will stand trial. The boy was charged in adult court on April 27th with first-degree intentional homicide, first-degree sexual assault, among other charges. Lily disappeared the night of April 24th as she was riding her bike home from her aunt's house in Chippewa Falls. The boy told investigators that he was riding alongside Lily on a trail and intended to sexually assault her and then kill her. Lily was found dead the next day by law enforcement. A preliminary hearing for the 14-year-old boy is scheduled for September 1st. A U.S. appeals court has ordered at least a temporary delay in the federal government's ban on Juul products. The court's action comes as the vaping products company prepares to appeal this ban. This week, the FDA ordered Juul vaping devices and pods to be removed from the U.S. store shelves. The order would also prohibit future sales. The ban came as a result of growing concerns Juul products encourage dangerous smoking habits among underage users. Coming up, hope for veterans, how one organization is working to find homes for homeless veterans when we return.
Fishing helps ease my mind. Kind of like having Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Whoa! Minions are biting today.
Minions, The Rise of Gru, in theaters July 1st.
Hey! I have 30 seconds to introduce you to my best-selling Calvin sofa and love seat and the Calvin two-piece sectional. Both sets come in 3 colors and matching accent pillows for an everyday low price of $9.99. That's amazing choice and value. But this is a Bob's commercial and no one outvalues Bob's. So let's add a coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 lamps. Add them all up to $13.48 or buy them together for my package price of $12.99. And with my new financing options, Bob's is more affordable than ever. That's a lot of value in 30 seconds.
Get Bob's Discount!
Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
When my family opened the first Culver's in Sauk City, Wisconsin, you know what we did? We gave it our all, making sure everyone felt welcome, sharing our favorite foods from around the state, like Butterburgers and fresh frozen custard, greeting every guest with all our heart, crafting each meal with care, believing a smile makes everything taste better. And it's a tradition we bring with us yet today, from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Made in America. It used to mean something here, but it doesn't seem to mean much to Ron Johnson. Senator Johnson pushed for special tax breaks for corporations that ship American jobs overseas. Worse, when his corporate PAC donor announced plans to create jobs outside Wisconsin, Johnson defended them.
It's not like we don't have enough jobs here in Wisconsin.
Senator Johnson, stop going easy on China and making it tougher on us.
Watching News 3 Now at 6.
Veterans from Beloit to Edgerton today, all to raise awareness for an important cause. Catherine Merck spoke with organizers and veterans about what this event means to them.
As veterans and active duty hikers arrived to Edgerton, they were welcomed by live music and flag wavers. And that's because both of the long hike they completed and the awareness they've raised toward veteran homelessness in the state of Wisconsin. Edgerton Community Outreach created today's event to raise money for the 210 West Fulton project. It's a mission to renovate the oldest building in Edgerton into 6 units of veteran housing. One organizer said today's event specifically raised over $75,000 of the $2.1 million project's breakdown.
Because unfortunately, sometimes our vets fall through the cracks, and quite frankly, they deserve better, and our town is going to work to make it better for our vets in our community.
Organizers tell me they're continuing to raise more money for the cause. More information on where to donate is available right now on our website at channel3000.com.
All right, thanks so much, Catherine. Plant-based meat is becoming more popular at the supermarket. We're going to take a closer look at some of the best options coming up at 6. Plus, Gary's going to have your latest forecast when we return.
Some people think it's really hard to find things to do in Nebraska.
Lucky for you, we invent things to do. Like when we realized a livestock tank would float and thought, hey, it's a boat. And soon, tanking became our preferred mode of river travel. Might not get everyone's pulse racing like a jackhammer, but if it sounds good to you, welcome aboard. Nebraska. Honestly, it's not for everyone.
Steinhoffel's 4th of July sale is happening now. Save 35 to 75% store-wide. Plus, get great deals on hundreds of bonus buys in-store and online. Like this Queen Pretty Rest mattress, only $3.99. Or this sofa, just $5.99. 5-piece dining set, only $7.49. A queen bed, now only $7.49. All this and so much more, in-store or online. It's Steinhoffel's biggest 4th of July sale ever. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
Out here, we know a thing or two about beef. Hy-Vee knows beef too. Only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to bear the Hy-Vee brand. Only 6 out of 100. Quality like that is hard to find. So enjoy your Hy-Vee steak this weekend. You've earned it.
I'm Tim Michaels. My company was building the Keystone Pipeline, but then Joe Biden canceled it, afraid to offend liberals. Biden killed hundreds of jobs, sent gas prices way up, making everything more expensive. Only a career politician could make such a mess of things. I'm Tim Michaels. Liberals like Biden and Tony Evers are destroying our economy, and the hardworking people of Wisconsin, they're paying the price. As governor, I'll fight to make sure you keep more of your money, and I don't care who I offend to do it.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Head to the meat section of your supermarket and you might have a hard time finding meat. That's not because of any supply chain issues though, because rather more space is actually being given to growing varieties of plant-based meats. You might be wondering, are those things any good? Consumer Reports has that answer.
With summer weather comes the tradition of the backyard barbecue. Burgers, hot dogs, plant-based meats. That's right. As more people try to get more veggies and less meat on their plates, these faux meats may end up on the grill. But do they taste any good?
Our panelists thought none were identical to real meat, but some came close. We actually found one in each category to be very good.
Sears panelists found the Impossible and Beyond brands to be the most meat-like among the burgers. Impossible's chicken nuggets came the closest to tasting like a typical chicken nugget. Now, the main reason many people might consider switching to eating plant-based meats is because they think it's healthier. Is that true?
While many of the products we tested had fewer calories and less artery-clogging saturated fat, most had more sodium than real meat, and Americans already consume too much sodium.
A closer look at the ingredients will reveal that even though these foods are plant-based, they are still ultra-processed.
The evidence supporting plant-based diets points to eating more whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, grains, tofu, and beans. And these mock meats are more processed and not whole foods.
Many of these plant-based meats also claim to be better for the environment. While that may be true, CR points out that eating grass-fed animals raised on sustainable farms may also be beneficial for the environment. Bottom line, these plant-based meats are a mixed bag. While they aren't the healthiest of foods, they can be a good thing if you are having trouble giving up red meat. This is David Fazekas.
And for more tips and tricks, as always, head to Consumer Reports website. All right, let's get a look at your weather with Gary Canalti, who's back with us.
Well, Brad, we've had clouds and showers for much of the day, but the rainfall really hasn't been that heavy. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. Look for sunny and cool conditions for tomorrow. It'll be breezy as well. High temperatures will be in the lower 70s, and then we'll warm back into the 80s by Tuesday and stay there for much of next week and into the 4th of July weekend. There will be some chances for showers and thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon, and then again Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. If we take a look at rain vision rainfall accumulations over the last 24 hours, you can see that we had about 1/4 of an inch or a little bit more through much of Madison and areas just to the north and east. Less than 1/4 of an inch once you start getting to our northeastern viewing area. But the farther south and west you go, amounts are generally around 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain, but not far out to the west. Notice this red area here west of Dundee, Iowa, over toward Waterloo and Iowa City. Many of those areas saw between 3 and 5 inches of rain last night. So we were lucky those storms weakened as they pushed into southern Wisconsin, but that was because the air was drier here. Now it's humid out there, but we're not seeing much in the way of rain because the cloud cover is limiting things. Just a couple of thunderstorms trying to spark up to our north and west, and then some strong to severe thunderstorms will be moving through parts of central Illinois. We're kind of in between here. So once this last batch of showers and thunderstorms moves on through, that'll be it. And we'll be clearing out later on tonight. Temperatures right now range from around 70 underneath the cloud cover through much of central and eastern Wisconsin. A little bit warmer out to the west. Notice temperatures get back into the 80s across Iowa where there has been some sunshine, but it is noticeably cooler to the north and west. Temperatures mainly in the 70s and 60s into the Dakotas. We'll see high temperatures tomorrow, probably only in the lower 70s, and the humidity levels will drop as well. Right now, dew point temperatures mid-60s here, 70s not far to our south and just out to our west, but notice the drop off in dew points behind a cold front to the north and west. That's the dry air that will be moving in for tomorrow. In between, the jet stream right now is starting to sag back to the south, so it's in a southwesterly direction right now, bringing some moisture northward, but to the north, notice the wind shift to the northwest. That's a sign that we'll start cooling down again and also drying out. Cold front actually coming through just about now, but the showers and thunderstorms lag a little bit behind it. Most of the instability is aloft. But farther out to the west, those temperatures definitely are cooling off west of the Twin Cities into the lower 70s and upper 60s, and those dew point temperatures also drying out as well. So on future track, you can see how the skies clear out as that drier air moves in later on tonight, and then tomorrow we'll see brisk northwesterly winds keeping temperatures in the low 70s. We'll see nice weather from Monday's temperatures warm back up into the probably upper 70s for Monday. Tomorrow, sunny, breezy, cool, also less humid, high temperature topping out at 72 degrees. And as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, 77 on Monday. Tuesday up to 82 degrees. A chance for a shower or thunderstorm Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. Dry and warm Wednesday, upper 80s on Thursday with thunderstorms late in the afternoon into Thursday night, ending in showers on Friday. But take a look at that 4th of July weekend. That's looking pretty nice. Highs upper 70s Saturday, low 80s on Sunday, and mid 80s for the 4th of July. And I've pushed the rain chance now until Monday night and Tuesday after the 4th of July.
All right, starting to really feel like summer, isn't it?
It is.
All right, thanks, Gary. Sure. Badger football showing up and showing out for a great cause this afternoon. We've got all the details on why they teamed up coming up next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We've got your back, Road Warriors. Because we know you're picking up the pace. Steering life at 10 and 2. You're hitting the road. And we're helping you get there with confidence. So skip the counter without missing a beat. Choose any car in the aisle and be the boss of you. Go national. Go like a pro.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Refresh Italiano. Subway now has Italian-style capicola on the new Supreme meats and matzo meat, just like my Nonna makes when she cooks.
I don't cook.
Wait, what?
It's a good thing he's so handsome.
Subway keeps refreshing and
5,000
$1,000 a year. That's the burden of Joe Biden's inflation tax on Wisconsin families. They can't afford it. From the grocery store to the gas station, we're all paying the price for Biden's massive deficit spending. Ron Johnson has the courage to say no to spending that is mortgaging our children's future. And his small business tax cuts help them compete and survive the pandemic.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Tomorrow we'll have the latest on protests following the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
And we're still anticipating quite the cool down heading into our Sunday. We'll give you the latest forecast Sunday morning from 6:30 to 8.
Stomping grounds of Waukesha North High School this afternoon to host his inaugural football camp. Over a dozen of his teammates, including Graham Mertz and Braylon Allen, showed up to support, but also to help teach more than 70 kids who participated in the 4-hour-long camp. Over that span, the Badgers taught everything from rules and passing to blocking and routes. I mean, you name it, they covered it. DK says he's always wanted to hold a camp like this, and with the NIL coming around last year, it sped up the process. Because for him, the inspiration for today's camp comes from a very personal place.
One of my best friends in high school passed away from a heart condition that could have been detected by EKG, and his parents, are great people, and they started a foundation, the Kyler Memorial Fund, and I always knew I wanted to do something to give back to it, so I thought it was my opportunity, and I think it was a big success today. Hopefully, we did a good thing for them.
I mean, whether it's on the lake, here, throwing, working out, whenever you get around your guys and hang out, those are memories you cherish forever. So this is something we'll never forget.
And with the success of the camp, DK hopes this is the first of many. The proceeds from today will benefit the Kyle Lerner Memorial Fund. It was less than an ideal start to the Brewers series. They have a chance to even it up with the Blue Jays this afternoon, still rocking the City Connect threads. And speaking of Connect, Tyrone Taylor drops one into center, drives in an early run. Well, the crew strikes again in the next inning. Willie Adames makes it 2-0. Then Andrew McCutchen goes yard with a 2-run shot. The Blue Jays are held scoreless until the 5th inning. Corbin Burns is out there dealing. Things do get away from him later in the game, but the crew hold on to win 5-4. And it's moving day at the U.S. Senior Open Championship. Steve Stricker sitting one shot off the lead coming into the 3rd round. Opens up the back nine with a birdie. Then things get a little rocky. 3 more bogeys. Stricker falls back 3 spots on the leaderboard. Is tied for 5th and heads into the final round 8 shots off the lead. Ryan McDonough and company, they're heading to a Game 6 with the Avalanche. The Lightning kept their hopes of a three-peat alive last night, beating the Avalanche 3-2 on the road. The series now goes back to Tampa for Game 6, which is tomorrow night, and puck drops at 7.
All right, Jordan, thank you so much. And Gary, how's the weather looking?
Still kind of humid out there. Lots of clouds. The live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam, or from the WISC Sky Cam, shows mostly cloudy skies, but not a lot of rain across southern Wisconsin. There's a narrow little line of showers and thunderstorms from around Eau Claire to just right about the La Crosse area and down toward Waterloo, Iowa. Temperatures are around 70 in Madison, a little warmer to the south and west, where dew point temperatures are a little bit higher too. So that's that narrow little window of opportunity for a shower or thunderstorm over the next couple of hours, but skies will clear out overnight. Look for a low temperature tonight of about 63. High temperature tomorrow about 72 with a bit of a breeze, but temperatures looking pretty nice for much of next week. Just a couple of rain chances in there, but most of the 4th of July weekend should be dry.
Very nice, very nice. All right, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all tonight at 10.